Hi, I'm here to introduce the AF50 Plus bandsaw, which is an evolution of the AF50, and I'm here to answer your common questions about setup and operation of this machine. The intention of this saw is to offer you reliable automation at a reasonable price point, allowing your operator to set up the machine and have it cut blanks while they're off doing something else, expediting your return on investment for this machine. This saw only needs 110 volt single phase power, 90 to 120 psi of compressed air, and uses a standard 93-inch long blade. With a 1 horsepower motor, you can cut just about any material you can think of in 0.157 inches all the way up to 50-inch cut length. You can cut 6 by 8-inch rectangle stock or 7-inch round stock. To ensure that this saw is ready for anything you're going to throw at it, it has 4 different blade speeds, adjustable clamping pressure on the vices, adjustable drop rate, and adjustable material feed speed. Other features you might be interested in are a blade tension dial, a blade brush to clean the blade before it goes back in the motor housing, and a 2.6 gallon coolant reservoir that recirculates coolant onto your material. Some of the common questions we get about this machine are about install and operation. The installation of this is pretty straightforward. It's small and mobile, so you can put it wherever you want it. So all you really need to do is unbox it, level it, add coolant, add air and power, set it up for the cut and rock and roll. We're going to set this saw up to cut a handful of blanks out of 3-inch 12L14 round stock. We're going to adjust the lift height, the drop rate, the cut length, the number of parts, and we'll cover strokes if those are needed. So I've got my piece in, and I'm going to slide it up to touch the blade. I'm going to tighten my front vise up and then bring it back just a hair, maybe an 1/8 inch. And then, same for the back vise. I'm going to adjust it into the material, pull it back a skosh, tighten it down, and then set my cut length at 2 inches and set the stopper against the table. I'm going to adjust how high the saw is going to lift when it cuts. So I'm going to pick this up just above the material. So I'm going to lift this up and lock this thumb wheel against that proximity sensor. And I'm going to lock the piston to hold this up for me. And then I'm going to double check my blade speed to make sure I'm in the right setting. Since our cut length is set to 2 inches and we need 3 parts, I'm going to adjust this counter up to 3 and I'm going to leave the stroke on 1. I'm going to enable the coolant and now I'm ready to cut. My first cut though, I'm going to watch the drop speed. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten this all the way down. Hit cycle start, which actuates the stationary clamp. Hit cycle start again and it's ready to cut. It's going to actuate the material. Start spinning that blade, run coolant, and then I'm going to adjust the drop speed until I get a cut that I like. Now you might have noticed that the ruler on this machine only goes up to 10 inches, but we can cut 50-inch parts. To do that, we will stroke multiple times per cut. So if I want a 12-inch long cut, I have to set my cut length to 6 inches and have it stroke twice before it cuts. And I'll show you that now. Okay. I need a 12-inch long part, so I'm going to set my strokes to 2 strokes, my part count to 2 parts. Therefore, I'll get 2 12-inch long parts. I'm just going to adjust my lift height to clear my material. And then hit cycle start. Hit cycle start again. Another common question we get is whether you can run this saw manually. And the answer is yes, and I'll show you how. First, we're going to set our number of cuts to 3 dashes. That puts it in manual mode. Then the rest of the setup is relatively the same. I'm going to create some clearance here. Get the saw up out of the way. Except one difference here is that I'm going to tighten this front jaw all the way. I'm going to set my length. And tighten this up. There we go. Now, hit cycle start just like normal, and the blade spins. And then I'm going to drop this and watch my drop speed. And now it'll cut this piece and it'll stop the blade once it's done. So that covers the basic operation of the saw. Again, we try to make it flexible to meet your needs. You can cut just about anything you want in this, provided you get a blade that matches the material. The basic maintenance on this is to keep the chips clear, keep a sharp blade in it, and like any machine in your shop, take good care of it. If you have any more questions, feel free to reach out to pre-sales. Either find us on our website or send us an email, presales@tormach.com. Have a good day.